Hey, welcome to On the Up and Up with Patrick and
Talisha.
And welcome to 2021, guys.
Yes, 2021.
This is the new year. How many days are we in? 8 days, 9 days, 10 days?
Yeah, 10 days in.
Hey, it's the new year, and it has already gotten popping.
Right.
It is already popping in the news and in the world. Coronavirus is like, I ain't forgot. I'm still here. Hi. Did you forget about me? To the pandemic? Carryover from the election and the politics, that's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think our very important building was taken over.
Yeah. Very accurate. Very accurate.
A lot of crazy things. And
we're only 10 days in.
10 days in, but we got our stimmy.
We did. We were first on the list this time.
Yeah, the stimmy hit the account. That was cool.
Oh my gosh, that was nice. That was a nice, pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I might be able to live an extra 5 days. Yeah.
It would have been nice to get that good old 2,000 per person.
Yeah. So we'll survive. We'll make it do what it do. Government, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll take that handout any day. Yeah. Man, so if you get corona and you get your stimulus, that ain't gonna cover. And if you have to go to the hospital for corona, that ain't even gonna cover the daggone Band-Aids.
No. Nah. But I was so hopeful. I really thought that it was gonna get passed. I mean, President Trump said 2,000. So I was like, okay. I was really getting excited about it, 2,000. But it might still happen.
Maybe, but yeah.
It might still happen.
Yeah, we got built. We still, the bill, no matter the pandemic, no matter if you got sick, if you got laid off, them bills nah, we ain't stopping. We not stopping.
No.
Coronavirus ain't stopping, them bills ain't stopping. So
yeah,
it is what it is. We stopped for a little bit, but we are back now, and I'm so excited. I am refreshed. Man, we have so many things have changed and grown since we have last talked to you guys. We had the Christmas episode, did a lot of giving for Christmas. Yeah, the giveaways, and then we hit the New Year's. I went straight to sleep. Stayed all the way up till 10 o'clock. I don't even know. Technically, I didn't see 2021 even come in because I was definitely asleep for that.
I was right there with you. I couldn't hang.
Everything pretty much, it looks the same to me.
Yeah.
It looks the same as 2020.
I think that's how we were asleep. Were we asleep? No, we were awake for 2020 coming in. We were awake because we were in Florida.
I was like, we were in Florida.
But 2021?
Nah.
I'm
not going to set myself up for that.
Mm-mm.
I seen the setup. I see the setup.
Like, but I'm hopeful. 2021
very,
is
very hopeful,
but
you ain't going to catch me off guard slipping. Nope, coming.
Hopeful but vigilant.
Yeah, I'm coming prepared for that one.
Right.
You ain't about to get me like you did last time. I'm not boo-boo the fool this time.
So you had to switch it up a little bit. It's
fool me once, shame on you. All right, fool me twice, it's shame on me. You ain't get me. You ain't gonna get me this year. Nah.
New traditions.
We ready for it this year. We are ready for it this year. But yeah, I'm very happy. I don't even know if I'm gonna do Bible recap because it's been so long. I've done so much reading, but still, it was still only one real story though. It was the whole David story. So I might tell that. We got shout outs. Still didn't get no reviews through all that time, but no reviews, but still, we still hit 3,500 downloads.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much. I mean, when we left, it was 3,000. And then without even doing any new episodes, people were catching up. They were catching up because when the school year started, it went down.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the teachers, our beautiful teachers and educators out there, they got some time to catch up, and people who were going back to work, they got time to catch up on the podcast. So yes, guys, thank you so much for helping us hit 3,500 downloads. That's huge, man.
That's huge, and we could not have done it without y'all.
Yeah, we have the greatest listeners in the world. We got the greatest listeners in the freaking world. Loyalty is everything. We're just glad that y'all are taking in our content, hopefully learning from it and getting inspired by it and sharing it with your friends. I know it's a lot of content. I mean, Clubhouse came out, everyone's like, that's the podcast killer right there, because everyone talking on the phone. But Clubhouse is hot for a minute, but then I was like,
I mean, I honestly, I got the invite and I got on, but I have not done anything since
nothing
then.
with it. See, I was on it for like the first day, but it's another social media thing. But I do plan on like doing some chats and some rooms in the future discussing marriage for people who want that invite. I want to hold space in there, but basically, I know Free Conference Call is pissed.
Yeah.
At Clubhouse, like, what? We've been on this game forever.
Right.
Because that's what it is. It is Free Conference Call with some pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the exclusivity of it is what has it
hot right now.
Yeah.
Because when everyone, all devices can come in, it's going to fizzle out. It's never going to fizzle out. It's going to be hot forever, but it's not going to be like, oh, I'm prestigious. So if you're going to get hot on it now. Mm-hmm. Just like when Instagram came out, the iPhone users had to jump on it. Then Android came in and it's like, whatever.
Right.
It's like, la. So
yeah, and I learned that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Instagram was exclusive to
Yeah, I didn't have one because I had a Droid when Instagram was out. And then it came to Droid. I was like, I got it. But I was happy to have it.
I mean, let's be honest. I just started using Instagram last year.
Yeah, you don't use Twitter. You use one. You limit your Facebooks to one.
My social media is to one
channel. You do Facebook.
I like Facebook.
I know. You just like every other like 50, 60-year-old. You know what? This Facebook is really cool. Yeah, you're just like all of them. Of course.
Facebook's my favorite.
That's your platform of choice because you're an old soul. You ain't trying to learn no new technology.
It is, and I like Instagram. The pictures so freaking little. Trying to click on the doggone pictures. I can't see those little thumbnails. I know.
Yeah, old eyes, because you got old eyes, baby. You are old. It's like, baby, I can't see these small pictures. I don't know what all the fuss is about. I like my pictures to be big, baby.
I like my pictures to be big. I like to have my albums. I like that.
Oh, we got new phones. Oh, gosh. We switched. We switched phone carriers.
Yeah.
That was a T-Mobile. That was a disaster.
I mean, I won't say it was a disaster. I would say it was an event.
Yeah. It's definitely an event. They don't make it smooth.
No, by no means.
I guess it's designed like that. Like, look, y'all want to leave us, we're going to make it as hard as possible. If y'all want to join us, we're going to lie to you so that you join us. Because that's what our sales reps did. They lied. They fluffed up the truth.
Big time.
So. And
then I don't even know if it was like straight lies or if it was just like incompetence. Like, do you even know what you're doing?
It didn't seem like it.
Yeah.
It did not seem like they really knew what they were doing. But it happens. We're going to ride these folks for 2 years and then see what's happening. But learn something. Like, car insurance, phone carriers, whatever, like, service you stick with, cable providers, like, whatever you stick with, don't just accept their price. Go shop around. Mm-hmm. It's important to go shop around because if you just, like, because they're always going to keep raising the price. Right. So you got to go see what other promotions the other companies have.
And unfortunately, like, you know, people are so loyal to those companies, but the companies are not loyal to you.
Oh, they definitely.
So, as a return customer, you may not get as good of a deal as a new customer.
Oh, absolutely. The new customers, Verizon be like, oh, new customers get Hulu, ESPN, Disney Plus, all on us. Apple Music. I've been rocking with y'all 10 years. What I get? Nothing.
Right.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, and you like it.
You keep coming back.
And you keep coming back. That's why you got to switch it up. Same thing with like your auto insurance, man. Those rates are going to keep going up. Hey, you better shop General now. And don't just take it.
Don't just take it like you have to go out there and do the work, because that's the thing. They're profiting off of us being lazy, like we said earlier. They're profiting because we're not taking the time to do the work. So like, okay,
gyms hate the new year because they'll be like, dang, our gyms are packed. Then they're happy like 2 weeks later when everyone leaves again because they're not committed to it. So they bank on you because the machines don't get used, so they don't wear down as fast. But they keep giving you money. So
they don't have to have people in there cleaning them up as often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they get to make more profit because that's what they bank on.
Exactly.
They make their money, but we're not using the equipment. Free money, man. That's what these companies want.
Yep.
It's a good model too. I need to find something like that too.
And we also took a look at like our subscriptions and stuff like that, and just seeing like, okay, well, are we really using this?
Are we really using this?
Not so much.
Yeah.
Even the gym, we decided that we would cancel the Y.
I have been running faithfully.
Yeah.
Been running faithfully. So that's a big. We finding money. When you budget, you find more money.
Y'all, we did a budget for January. Oh my goodness. I think I've been saying it like all throughout the beginning of this podcast. We're going to do a budget. Oh yeah, we're going to do a budget. And then the month passes and we didn't do a budget.
Well, the thing behind that is like, I know if Talisha says she's going to do something like a budget, if it's going to get done, I'm going to have to do it. Traditionally, I was like, I got to like take the head. But I was like, I'm not taking the head on this one. I'm not adding that to my plate. So if you're going to do it, you going to do it. And I didn't have it immediately, but eventually she got around to it. But that's it. But I know my wife. I was like, oh, you want to do it. And now I'm not that easy to get along with either. Because when you bring up stuff, I might get irritated. So it's not that easy to just be open and come to me. I admit that fault.
And because you have done it traditionally. And okay, so with Dave Ramsey, there's like the nerd and the free spirit. And in the past, Patrick was the nerd and I was more the free spirit. And I don't really want to do a budget. And so now I feel like I'm more the nerd. I don't know if you're necessarily the free spirit. I feel like you're still a nerd. You're just a nerd who don't want to put in work.
I just don't want to sit down and do it because I know, like, it's always like, well, if we just fix this, because I set up the bill payments, I know where things are going for the most part.
Right.
I was like, oh, I know. Oh, yeah, that came out because the emails are coming to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, that took out. It's automatic. But for the spouse who wants to know more about it, you got to ask the other person. I was like, yeah, that was taken care of. Yeah, that was taken care of. Or, hey, are you sure that was paid? Yeah, we're good. Like, you don't have to worry about, the lights going out or the cable going out. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because I automate it. And that's the thing. If you automate, and that's why they want you to enroll in auto pay so that you forget. Because you don't feel it when it's automated. But when you have to, like, back in the day, you had to physically write a check, go to the freaking post office and mail your bill in.
Yep.
Oh, you felt that.
Exactly.
You felt that because this is a pain in the butt. My grandma still was like, I got to go out there and write bills. she never had a computer a day in her life. And that's still the same way she does it. She writes bills.
Well, I mean, it makes you be more intentional because auto pay is great. And I mean, there are some great discounts that you can sometimes receive by having the auto pay, but just still actually going and looking and seeing where your money's going. Like, what are you going to budget for? Okay, well, if you're going to budget for that for this month, then you can budget for blah, blah, blah for the next month. So I'm really excited. My goal is to do a budget each month and actually like look at it. Don't just put the numbers on paper, but actually like look at it and see, okay, this is what we planned for. This is what actually happened. I mean, in the past, we didn't really do a budget. Well, let's see, 5 years ago, we tried to do a budget because we went through the Financial Peace University. But then after that, we kind of stopped doing a budget because, I mean, we were fine. Like, we had money in the bank, like, blah, 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 blah. So now with my new job where we get paid once a month, it is crucial that we do the budget because we need to know where that money is going
you
because
don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly, like, oh, that's coming out.
Exactly. And if you need to like rearrange like certain dates and stuff, like you have that power to do that.
Yep.
So I feel like we're just taking more control of it and I feel happy to head it up. It's kind of like a fun new adventure for me and seeing like, oh my gosh, we're paying $90 a month for the YMCA and you went once because I went 0 times. You went one time.
First of all, the only reason we freaking switched because you told us it was the greatest deal of all, and it covered the whole family. It is a better deal.
It's a better deal.
And if I go. But since I've been running more and I've changed my workout routine, I wasn't going to CrossFit as much because if you do CrossFit and a bunch of running, it affected my running. So,
right.
Yeah.
But then when you look at it, it's like, okay, was your one session at the YMCA worth $90?
Yeah.
No.
But when I was going 4 or 5 days a week, absolutely.
Yes, exactly. So you just have to like take all those things into consideration. And I'm not saying that we won't ever get the YMCA membership back. It's just right now.
And we had caught COVID, so I was like, nah, I'm definitely not going back to the gym anytime soon because I don't want to spread anything.
Right. So for right now, just working our families. Like hierarchy.
But when I do need my social interaction, I will pick it back up. I'm like, I'm isolated. I'm dying in here in isolation. I'll be like, oh, well, how can you get back to you? I probably need my gym interaction and go lift something heavy.
Yep. Yeah. And so at that point, then we'll change it. But the good thing about a budget is it is a living, breathing thing. And so it's on like a month-to-month basis. So you know, like, okay, you might have your HOA fees are due in March, like ours are. But that's not something that you have to account for every time, or your car taxes are due in May. But that's not something, but you just being able to like take control over it and not have like the surprise, it's here, but being able to plan for it, it just feels more empowering for me.
And it's more freedom too.
Yeah.
Because you can plan ahead.
Exactly.
You can move how you want to move.
Yeah. Dad, we weren't even planning on talking about it. It's budgeted.
Hey, we got so much to catch up. This gonna be a long episode. Look, this gonna be a long episode. Look, I ain't gonna lie. Like we gotta catch up on a lot of things, man. I'm just like excited to be with you guys. I missed you guys so much. So with that being said, we have a lot of housekeeping to do between all these weeks we have not been here. Got a lot of cleaning, got a lot of dust to cover up. But don't forget to rate and review our podcast on iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating. And with a 5-star rating, you give us a review and we will read your review on next week's show. And this gives you the best chance to win our prestigious Listener of the Week and get celebrated all over the social media. It will make you rich. Okay. But what's that disclaimer at the bottom? Like, may not make you rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cannot guarantee that our results.
Yeah, we cannot guarantee those results, but it will make you rich, dude. Follow our Instagram at Patrick and Talisha. You can follow me at I am Pat Rattler. Follow Talisha at
The Farm D Mommy.
Head on over to Facebook and like our official page, Patrick and Talisha, and email the podcast with any questions you have regarding marriage, relationships, and life at podcast@patrickandtalisha.com. And join our prestigious marriage circle. We have been cooking. We are over 100 members strong. We're out there giving this knowledge, this work focused on faith, family, fellowship, and finances. That is the recipe that we are looking to cook up. So type in Patrick and Talisha's marriage circle, fill out those questions, and we will let you in. We're looking, man, I'm very excited for our marriage circle.
Yes.
Man, that thing has been growing.
It has.
It's quality, not quantity. We are focused on this quality. We're giving good, solid, biblical marriage advice, because that's where you can't go wrong. And when you forget to follow the scripture, that's when you screw up all the time. But yeah, that's the background. That's the foundation of what we're doing. And we're doing it. It's just real talk, man. It's real talk. Going live in there. I used to be scared to do it. Now I just be like, hey,
jump on,
y'all gonna get this knowledge, man. It's just fun talking to the crew out there. I mean, people going in there introducing themselves, how long they've been married. Because really, like, when you surround yourself with similar couples, other married couples with similar visions and values, that helps you get through those tough times that you're going through. You don't want to go through them alone. You want to be with other experienced or inexperienced and learning from them. Like, hey, they might give you your youth back in your marriage and might rejuvenate you. Because one thing you don't want to be out here doing is listening to your single friends trying to give you advice who ain't never had no man. Really? Or these dudes who ain't never had no woman and couldn't keep a woman to save their lives and don't even believe in marriage. How does a man benefit from marriage at all? What's the point? Like, how does it benefit a man to be married? Don't be out there listening to that stupid advice.
Facts.
Listen to your serial cheating best friends out there, and you hanging out with them, and you married. How the wife gonna feel about that? Not very well. And you out here listening to your single friends who can't keep a man. Oh, what was that? Oh my goodness. Who said you can't keep a man if... Yeah, the great philosopher Marlo on Real Housewives of Atlanta said, hey, don't be listening to Kendra out here. She couldn't keep a man if Jesus paid her. Boy, I about fell out.
Kenya.
Who'd I say?
Kendra.
Kenya. Said Kenya. Whatever. She couldn't keep a man if Jesus paid her. And I fell out. That was freaking hilarious.
It was funny.
That was some shade.
Marlo's a shade thrower.
Oh my goodness, that was so fun. Yeah, but y'all be listening to friends like that. And that don't happen up in the marriage circle. We committed, lifelong, happy relationships focused on reaching God's kingdom. Because that's the goal, that's the destination, helping each other get there. And we do that together with the most important relationships that we will have in our lives besides that one with our mighty Savior, Jesus Christ. And speaking of Jesus Christ, I would do the Bible recap, but it's just been so long. I will tell you all the story of David. And it's basically the whole time you're going in chronological order. So you're reading David's story, and like at the same time, you're reading Chronicles. And then while that's all going on, you're reading all through Psalms, because that's all David. So you read all of, 2 Samuel, and then you got to read Psalms, all the Psalms, the longest book in the Bible. And then you're going through Chronicles. So I will get back with y'all and do like a fast recap, but it's way too much for the show that we're trying to do today. So we already 20 something minutes in. So I'm gonna hit y'all with the Bible recap next week. So yeah, but what is our topic today? We didn't even talk about the topic.
Wait. Before we talk about the topic, we need to give some shout outs for some people that joined our marriage circle.
Oh yeah.
So we of course had several new members to come on board, but we always want to shine a light on the ones that introduce themselves to the group. So I will do just that. So congratulations and welcome to the marriage circle.
Welcome to the marriage circle.
To Jamil, Rain, Trevor, Darrell, Leslie, Lindsay, Ashley, Angel, and Emmanuel. Former
listener of the week, Emmanuel, is in the marriage circle. Yes. So thank you because I dang sure almost forgot.
It's all good.
Thank you for holding me down, boo. Thank you for holding me down. Like I said, go type in Patrick and Talisha's marriage circle for your application to get submitted. Because we don't just let everybody in. All right. It's exclusive to the people who take that marriage seriously.
Yes.
Now what are we talking about?
All right. So, of course, it is 2021. So
it looked the same as 2020 to me. Are you sure?
So Patrick, you remember that meme you showed me, and it was like the Joker. It was like 2020 showing 2021 the ropes.
Yeah, that meme is going around.
Yeah,
it's like the It clown or something.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's that clown from It.
Oh, okay. And Joker? It wasn't Joker?
It's Joker, but see, Joker's bad, but that It clown worse.
Gotcha.
So it's like, hey, look, let me show you the ropes.
I was just making sure.
It's basically saying 2020 about to be worse. And
I'm not speaking that into existence. I do. God, what did Pastor Johnny say? Go ahead and say some stuff like that. God be like, if you say so,
your words are very, 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 very powerful.
Yes.
There's power in the word, your words. So if you say it, God be like, all right, if you say so.
Exactly. Because 2020 was, in all things that occurred, 2020 was still good for us. Our family was still blessed through 2020.
Absolutely.
And I speak and claim all the blessings that God has to bestow upon us for 2021.
Speak it.
Yes. So anyway, with that being said, I think that we should talk about like marriage, goals, visions, like what do we have on the up and up for 2021? Like, what do we want our listeners to expect from us? What do we expect from each other? And how the listeners can go about doing the same thing with their significant other. And
why you should really set marriage goals.
Yeah.
Like the importance of goals. Because what we see a lot of people out here doing, like you get married and you take the focus out of the marriage. You think it's going to just happen automatically. And I've always believed it's you can absolutely have a good marriage by accident, but you can't have a great marriage by accident.
Right.
You dig?
Yeah.
That has to be intentional.
That's
the one you have to. That's the one you have to work on. That's the one you got to actually put the elbow grease into it if you want a great marriage. Because think about it, when you're at your job, you have goals, you have performance reviews, you want to grow in your job, you want to advance in your job. But then when it comes to marriage, you're like, Where's the ladder? You think the wedding is the pinnacle. You think the wedding's at the top. No, the wedding, you that's entry level. That's your entry level position. You got to be working your way up in the marriage.
Yes.
You got to be growing in the marriage, because if you aren't growing in your marriage, and that's what happens when people like disconnect and fall apart and end up separating and divorcing, they stop growing. You got stagnant, and you're going to stay stagnant if you don't have any targets to actually see and actually work towards together. With your spouse. Like I said, you can be good and okay. Like, marriage is all right, it's cool, but you aren't like ecstatic about it. That kind of joy, it has to be worked towards. You can only get that by like working towards something that you couldn't achieve by yourself.
Ooh, yes.
You get that with your partner, who is there to have your back and be your teammate. And y'all work as a team to accomplish something, but it's up to y'all. That's the key. The freedom in marriage is like, y'all are a union now. Y'all are one flesh. So what are y'all going to do now? What are y'all going to work towards now? Like, life is just beginning. Y'all got it basically, like, because the marriage is like the fresh start. All right, we can build whatever we want now.
Yep.
It's not just let's be happy and what can I get out of this, but what are y'all going to give?
Ooh. Yes. What are y'all going to give? That was good.
So we want to set our listeners up for success and have them start. If you haven't done it, just get started making goals in your marriage. Like, give your marriage a direction, somewhere to go towards, some destination, some vision, because without a vision, you will perish. But not necessarily perish. You'll just have a good marriage. You won't have a great marriage.
Great.
We don't, but here on the Up and Up, we don't settle for good. It's not good enough. We want great. We want great. And you can only do that by getting all those great ideas that you have. Think about it. You have all these ideas. You have all these things you want out of marriage. And they probably never get said. They get lost in those 60,000 thoughts that you have a day. And that's why we like, hey, you got to write that stuff down. You got to get all that stuff out your head and in or onto a piece of paper. And then you got it on paper. Cool. Because check this out. Only 3% of the people in this world write their goals down. And I found this fact very, very interesting. I heard it as I was teaching my seminars and I was doing like research on like goal setting and stuff. It was like, look, if you just like write your goals down and never go look at them again, you still have a 50% better chance of getting that goal achieved. Even if you just got to write it down, you might forget about it. Because you talked about it, it's like, oh yeah, I wrote all this stuff down. I ain't really like pay attention to it and like track it and measure it.
Right.
But dang sure if it didn't happen.
2020.
If the exact thing didn't happen, I dang sure came close. I got some good type of version from it.
Yes.
But the problem is like we don't want to write down our stuff, because sometimes it's like one thing is like, oh, if I write it down and I don't get it, I'm going to be disappointed. So you don't even try, because you don't
fear
even want
failure.
Yeah, fear of failure. You don't even want to set yourself up for that failure. And number two, we just think it's like work.
Yeah.
We think it's like work. It's like, my marriage is supposed to be easy. I shouldn't have to put that amount of effort into it. Shouldn't it just work? Shouldn't our love for each other like get us through? Shouldn't that be like long lasting? And shouldn't that make us happy? If we love each other so much, why should you have to put in any kind of extra work? And that is a lie. That is a lie from the pits of hell. That's a lie from the pits of hell. And the thing, like, you get satisfaction, gratification when you work towards something. But it's all about how you see it. So we don't usually want to write down our goals because we think we're going to have to like put in all this extra effort, and we might forgot we're going to be tired or something. And we got to put in all this work in my marriage. Oh man, you mean I got to like go do a journal or something, and we got to like write our finances down and stuff? Or we got to like read books on how we want to like raise our kids, and like, oh man, that's a lot of structure. That sounds like a lot of work. I do that for my job. I don't want to do that with my marriage. I'm supposed to separate my work from my marriage. When I get home and have my marriage, it's supposed to be effortless and easy, right?
Cruise control.
Yeah, but the easier your life is, hold up. If you do it as easy, your life will be hard. Check that. So you got to put in the work. And it's your marriage. You should want to put in work in your marriage. You're like, man, I'm happy to do this, because thinking about love should get you through. If you love what you do, which is your marriage, you'll never work a day in your life. Same thing for like work. It's like, oh, if you love what you do, then you'll never work. Same thing with your marriage. Like if you're in love, it will not feel like work. Setting goals with your spouse, putting a vision down, putting a plan down with your spouse, and you guys coming together to look at it.
Right.
Make it a date night. Like, hey, like people want to go out and date and eat fancy dinners and stuff. Let's date with these goals.
Mm-hmm. And a wise man told me that the shortest pencil is better than the longest memory.
Oh, yes, exactly. Y'all think, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. No, you ain't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, you ain't.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You gotta write that stuff
and
down.
You gotta put it out there. You gotta put it into the atmosphere of like, this is what I'm setting my intentions on. And if you just keep it in your head, then it gets lost in translation. You be like, oh yeah, I did want to do that. 5 years later, whenever you remember, oh yeah, that's right. That was something that I wanted to do. So like actually putting it out there, like for me, for one of my visions for this year, I put it on my vision board, like, I want to learn how to swim. Mm-hmm. I said it when I turned 30. Oh, yeah, I want to learn how to swim. Mm-hmm. I never wrote it down. Mm-hmm. I never wrote it down, and I still cannot swim. Mm-hmm. So here we are, 3 years later. I'm putting it out there. I want to learn how to swim. I put it on my vision board. I put it into the podcast universe.
Yo, you done told the streets.
Done told the streets.
Streets are going to be watching.
Going to be watching. So I want to learn how to swim.
Exactly. And that thing is, like, even if you write it down, your brain still takes a snapshot of it. Mm-hmm. You might forget about it, but your brain doesn't forget about it. It's buried in your subconscious. Yep. And it's still like, oh, they wrote something down. Oh crap! Well, I better start getting to work on this. Your brain will start working on it because you have brought it to it's like the law of awareness. People got the law of attraction, and there's the law of awareness. Mm-hmm. Like when you have that awareness that, oh crap, your brain is like, it'll start working towards it because your brain's trying to survive, and it's trying to like get you to where you're supposed to get to.
Right.
It's gonna help you get there. Even though you may not feel it, because we do all these, because all like the subconscious stuff that we do is we do it because like it's protecting us, or it's trying to like give us like happiness and something like that, right? But your brain works for you. Your brain, it can hurt you, but it really does have your best interest at heart. Mm-hmm. And that's just on the, like, it has your best interest. Like dog, you went to sleep. We got to keep breathing. Mm-hmm. Like that's what the brain does.
Right.
Like, it wants what's best for you.
Yes. And then if y'all take it to the step of writing it down, then I encourage you all to take it one more step and post it. Post it somewhere where you're going to see it, because if you don't post it, then you don't have that constant reminder of this is what our intentions are. And whenever you are intentionally looking at it and looking towards doing it, it does make it hit a little bit differently than if it's just like kind of by happen chance.
Yeah, and then when you do get lost or you lose your way, because it was written down, you know where you need to go to recalibrate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, snap. And it's your marriage, so, oh, man, something's broke, man. We need to, where do we go? We took a wrong turn somewhere on this journey, man. We kind of lost. We need to go back, or the machine broke. The machine broke down, so we need to go back and recalibrate it. We need to fix it. Oh, this was our goals. Oh, okay, so where did we go wrong? So you can like reverse engineer where you guys didn't take the right step or where you took the wrong turn. So if you say your goal was like the budget and you're like stressed out about your money like 3-4 months down the road, you're like, oh, well, what was our plan back in January? If you never wrote it down, you ain't got crap to go back and look to. But if you wrote it down somewhere and you go back and find it, it's like, okay, oh, baby, you remember we talked about this. Because you're going to get busy with life. Yes. Life is going to kick your butt. Life is going to make you forget. That's why you must write your stuff down. Just because you're not in school anymore don't mean that you need to stop learning and stop writing stuff down. Get out a freaking pen and a freaking pencil. Don't throw it in your notes, because God knows my iCloud is a mess with notes. All right? It does me no good. I mean, I got like 1,000 iNotes right now, or in the iCloud on my notes. And I was like, I don't go back and use them. But when I write that stuff down, it's like, okay, I get time to reflect. That's why journaling is so important. You remember what great Brendan Bashar says, like, how you record your life will dictate your success. Mm-hmm. How are you writing your life? Like, you gotta be serious about it. You really have to take this stuff serious, and don't think of it as work. Like, this is a great opportunity for you guys to work as a team and ultimately grow in your marriage, because that's the goal in marriage. You got to grow. And when people feel stagnant and they're not growing, that's when you disconnect and separate. Like this will one of the greatest things that you can do for your marriage. And guess what? When you do make goals and you try to work towards something, guess what? You're going to fight because both of you guys might have different philosophies of how to get there. Same thing with like the Democrats and Republicans. All right, we want this goal of a great America, but this side has a way of they think what's better, and this other side has a way of think that's better. That can happen with your wife and your husband, but for God's sake, please don't be politicians in your marriage, okay? You don't want to be a politician. You want to be like, okay, you want to be better than the politicians. Like, hey, you definitely want to reach across the aisle and say, hey, we're on the same team.
Yes.
We want the same thing. Let's get there together. But it won't always be easy. But you have something. You're not just guessing at what's going to make your marriage happy. You're not guessing at what you want in your marriage. You're not guessing where the destination is in your marriage. You have somewhere to go to. You have like that North Star. The waters will get rough while you're sailing in the ocean, but you can still find the dock because you got somewhere to go.
Yeah, lighthouse.
You got somewhere to go. The lighthouse to keep you safe. Yeah, get you on the path. All right, we lost. All right, cool. Go back to the map.
Yeah.
Go back to the map. Yeah. Yes. Go back to the map.
Yes. And the map is not in your head.
It's not in your head, buddy. It's not in your head. So I tell you that all the time, man. Like, please, 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 please be so intentional about those goals. And with that, I got to make my vision board. I'm going to make mine on Canva tomorrow.
Yeah, I did mine on Canva. Last year I did it in Pic Collage, but that was because I didn't know about Canva. You
going to share it to the Marriage Circle?
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
Snap. We're going to make that an activity in the Marriage Circle. Post your vision board. What you got? We ain't all got time to do the arts and crafts and get the poster boards and stuff, but dang sure you can got something. Like what you say, last year you did it on Pic Collage. That's free, right?
That's free.
Canva's most of 90% of what you get on Canva is free.
Yeah.
So you can really go in there. We should like print out a worksheet of how to make a vision board on Canva.
Yeah, marriage goals. I started with the template. So
yeah, marriage goals, vision goals for 2021. Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
It's coming to the Marriage Circle exclusively to the Marriage Circle. So if you're not a part of the Marriage Circle, join today. All right, so it's one thing to talk about marriage goals. It's all cool. Like, oh, yeah, you should set marriage goals. What are you going to do? You got to be intentional and set your marriage goals because you got to have a vision. But we talk about it. But one thing we do on the Up and Up with Patrick and Talisha, we do what we say. All right, because some people be like, I just teach this crap. I don't do it. Like, we ain't them people who like the doctors are the worst patients. We practice what we preach. So one thing that we want to focus on in 2021 is our intimacy and our connection with one another. It's great, but it can always be better. We're on the up and up. We couldn't be on the up and up if we didn't even work on things that were great. Even if it's great, hey, we at a 10, we going to 11. We at 11, we're going to a 12. There are no limits of what we can do. So one thing we wanted to do is focus on our connection. So I had bought this journal. It's called Questions for Couples Journals. I just reached over and went to go read it. So Questions for Couples Journal, and it's like over 400 questions where each of y'all write the answers to, and you can. It's like 6-7 lines each, and you can like write what your answer is, and so.
Basically,
being my macho self, I was like, look, we're going to do this goal. And I wanted to be specific. You don't set stupid goals and vague goals like, well, in 2021, I want to spend more time together and just write that down. That's stupid. Well, yes. You know what? That's stupid. No.
It's not measurable.
That's not a SMART goal. So it's stupid. All right. Smart, measurable, actionable, reasonable, time and a time limit. All right. Specific. And in business mentor already said, look, goals got to have dollars and dates. All right. Don't be like, I need to make 50% more revenue. Nah, what's the dollar amount? You want to be specific. So don't be like, we want to spend more time together. That's bull crap. And you ain't going to get there. So we want connection. More specifically, we want to write in our couples journal. So we got this couples question book. And I went up to my wife and I said, hey, we're working on our connection, girl. So we going to write in this couples journal. I think you were in the kitchen like cleaning. And I was like, hey, we writing this book. Do it or don't. I got places to be. And you did what?
I said, no, you can invite me. to participate.
Hold up. You didn't tell me to invite you. No, you got mad. You didn't. Okay, so that's what you did? You said you didn't snap back and say, well, honey, I don't think that was appropriate. You can invite me. That who in the heck would believe? Now, people might believe that because you're so great, but that's a lie. It's a lie from the pits of hell. That is not how you reacted when I told
do?
that. You was like, you ain't got to talk to me like that. Yeah, who you talking? You was like, who the frick you talking to? You better go ahead and walk that one back. You ain't talking to me like that. So, if you want to do marriage goals,
I did. I did get a little mad.
Yeah, and you don't know how if your partner will participate, you don't go up to them and demand that they participate in marriage goals or the goal that you want to work on. Because if you try to force them to do something, they're like psychologically wise, if you're like people, you convince somebody to do something, they're still going to push back. All right. Even if it's good for them, even if it's the right answer, people naturally want to push back. Right. So they're going to give you resistance. So instead of like trying to make them do something and try to convince them to do something, even if it's the right thing to do, like my intentions were good. Like, hey, let's focus on our connection and writing this journal that's going to stimulate our minds, Craig. All right. Stimulate our minds and build our connection. But I went about it in the not best fashion. Because as head of the household, you should submit, like I said, but you ain't trying to submit. That's okay.
Well,
if you don't want to do this because you think your partner's not going to want to participate, they're a bump on the log, that's fine. Control what you can control. But I reframed my approach and I walked up with her to the book and said, honey, I want to work on our connection. And there is this amazing journal with 400 questions that talk about all areas of our life. It goes back deep into like you'll answer questions, we'll connect together, we'll know each other better. It'll build on our intimacy. I was like, look, I'm going to write into it. I'm going to answer all the questions for 365 days. It's 400. So it'll even go into 2022. And I'm going to be on this journey. And I invite you to join me. And I just left it there. I send out the invitation, without expectation. Don't be like, I'm going to put out the invitation, and if they don't do it, you're going to be all pissy Peter and mad and stuff at them. It's like, no, with no expectations. It's a gift. It's a free gift to join me on my journey. I want to share this experience with the most important person in my life. You're welcome to do it. So I start writing, and she's much more able to receive it that way, as opposed to, hey, come write in this book, girl. It's going to make our intimacy better.
Right, because that's so freaking intimate and so romantic that way. When you hit me over the head, yeah, hey, you, girl,
just
come
do
with
as I
me.
say.
Give me.
Girl, you just do as I say.
So we have been doing this journal, and it's been so much fun. And so I think that the best thing about it is it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like pressure. It feels like, oh, this is really cool. Those are really good questions. Like maybe that's a question that we've never discussed, or that's a question that we have discussed it, but now I have a different answer.
I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know that about your childhood either. That's interesting. Oh, I didn't even know you felt that way or you thought like that. That's interesting to know. Like if you don't if you were in a marriage and you don't want to like learn more about your partner and study who they are and like just be fascinated with their human character and their like beliefs and value systems, if you're just like, I'm not interested in any of that, your marriage just sucks. There's just so much more to you than what I know, and I've been with you for over half my life, but I know there's still more that I have yet to discover, and that makes me excited.
Yeah,
that excites me. I was like, man, there's still more depth to you, right? So I want to know everything about you. I want to study you. I want to yes, I want to master you. Like it's a journey to mastery in your marriage. I want to master my spouse.
Yes,
and I love that. That's why I said it's not work. It's fun.
Not work. It's fun. And then like the two of us, we don't like say, okay, we're doing our journal right now. This is journal time. Like it's not like that. It's just like one of us will get the book, we'll write in it, we'll leave it on the kitchen table for the next person, or leave it not on the couch because then little kids get a hold of it and scribble in it. I'm writing my goals in here too.
Oh, I'm about to draw.
But yeah, don't leave it on the couch. But yeah, put it on the kitchen table, and then like whenever you're walking into the kitchen, like, oh yeah, I gotta read the book, and just like it's been so much fun.
It's really fun. Like me and you were kind of like competitive a little bit. It was like, man, I don't want to fall behind and let her get like 2 days up on me. It was like, I'll make sure I'm gonna keep her up to date. It was like, hey. Oh, dang, I forgot about the book. Because we understand each other. We're going to get busy.
Right.
So I was like, I ain't got time to get it. I'm like, hey, did you write in the journal today? Because if you micromanage it, just like jobs, like if someone's micromanaging you to like participate in it, you don't want to do it.
Want to do it.
And like if you give them have the freedoms, like, all right, cool. That's why you got to like manage your expectations in that stuff. It's like, hey, it's an invitation, man. Come and out. But ain't nothing worse than a person who invites you to a party and get pissy if you don't show up and hold it against you. Oh my gosh. Like, why'd you even invite me then? Hey, I don't even want, like, I got pressure to come. Look. And you know, like social clubs do that all the time. Like, oh yeah, you're welcome to enjoy, but if you don't, like your status in this, our group is going to fall. Yeah, it's going to fall. So you got that necessary pressure. Who wants to do that? You don't want that in the marriage. That sucks.
That does. And yeah, that really sucks. I was gonna say something else about the journal. I forgot. Oh, I know. Whenever you're talking about us being competitive, so whoever gets it first for that day gets the honor of writing on the top part of the line instead of the bottom part of the line. And it's just oh,
aha! You can tell I did it first. Aha! I did it first. Well, I might. We don't do advanced days.
No, you can't do advanced.
Yeah, that's
cheating.
That's cheating. It's like, you had a free time to goddamn write 10 answers.
Right? Nope, can't do that.
Yeah, can't do that. So we haven't even done Sunday yet.
Nope.
Well, we about to do it. I might do it tomorrow. Shoot, I don't know. About to fall asleep after this. But the journal really works. It really works very, very well. And also, tips for marriage setting goals. Keep it freaking simple. Don't be all like, oh, we got to do this. And now, if this is your thing and you like spreadsheets and crap, that's how your marriage works. Two nerds joined together. Go ahead. But no, we like it simple. Omar like things simple. We like it simple and easy. Shout out to The Wire. Write it on a piece of paper. Set time for it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's set like 30 minutes after the kids go to sleep. Hopefully they go to freaking sleep. It's like, hey man, instead of like picking up our phones, staring at our phones all freaking night, hey, let's like sit at the table and let's like really like write out our goals. Like, let's do it now. And even if we never go back to it, like we have something that we can like refer back to. Let's just write it down. Like let's date. Like it's in the evening. Can I have a quick date with you?
Right.
Let's write something down.
And I think that for us, I haven't talked to you about this, but I'm telling you now, I would really like for us.
Wait. You mean ding 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 ding? Exclusive news. Breaking news. Dun, 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 dun. This is news to me. What you got to say?
Talisha Ratliff has just told Patrick Ratliff that she would like to have some reflective meetings about the status of their goals.
Oh, you mean like feedbacks and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, because you gotta know where you staying.
So you know how in jobs you get annual evaluation,
which are stupid. Companies who do annual reviews are stupid. No one remembers what the freak they did the whole freaking last year.
Exactly. So I don't like those. At my place we do a midpoint and a final. That's better. But I would like for us to do it 4 times this year. So let's do it quarterly and kind of just take like inventory of like where we're at, how we're going, what do we need help with, what could we do differently. Like just really take a 30-minute little quick snapshot of where we're going. Are we on set? Are we on track? Yeah,
and if we are on track, or if the husband is on track, does he get a bonus from the wife?
Like bonus booty?
Yeah, do it like, hey, I'm doing my job. I'm exceeding expectations. Do I get a end of the quarter bonus? Do I get a little bump in my pay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you're saying. Yeah. I think you should get a bonus.
Because you got to motivate the employee. You got to motivate the team now. You got to motivate the team. That's what I say. That's what we're saying. Like, make it freaking fun, man. Yeah. It's like, yo, we worked on our goals together. Let's do something.
All right, so it's 2021. Go out there and set those intentional goals with your spouse. Don't let all the crap that happened in 2020 prevent you from being optimistic and hopeful for a great 2021. We want to see you put those goals on paper. Were you about to say something?
No, I was like, hey, man, don't let the past like mess up your future.
Yeah.
Like, real talk, like, you can keep dwelling on 2020, but 2020 ain't never, like, that year's never coming back. So
it's never coming
it's
back.
in the rear view mirror. Like, we going forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the rear view. You can't keep looking in the rear view.
Right.
That's how you get wrecked.
Yes.
That's how you get in the wreck.
Yes. And so with your vision and your partner's vision and y'all going together, y'all driving down this road together.
Yes.
Just like be intentional about it. Put it on paper. Like, don't guess. Don't guess about this. It's hard to hit a target that you can't see, and it's impossible to hit a target that you don't have. So set your goals, set your intentions, make it be in alignment with your spouse, and make it fun. 2021 is going to be a year of fun, rejuvenation, rest, relaxation, and romance.
Fun in 21. That's it. Fun in 21. And we will catch you guys next week. Welcome to the new year.
Thank you for listening to On the Up and Up with Patrick and Talisha. For access to all of our episodes, please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and wherever you listen to our show. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes, and we will give you a shout out on our next episode. Stay connected with us on Twitter and Instagram at I am Pat Ratliff and at the Farm D Mommy. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week. God bless.